Hello, everybody. My name is Christina Rogers, and I'm the proud principal of Roosevelt High School. And I just want to say greetings to our students and families in the Roosevelt High School class of 2025. I want to take a moment to welcome you all to this video here where we are attempting to do from our basements and our homes and at times from classroom spaces in the building what we would normally do for you all in person when we would be in the gym and a group of students and staff members and administrators would be able to share with you some of the things that we love and appreciate the most about our wonderful school. We're obviously doing this a little bit differently for you this year. I'm coming to you live from my basement, but I am no less excited to talk a little bit about our school and what it has to offer and hopefully can offer you next year and in the future. Before I get too far into that, I just want to take a moment to thank the students and staff members and PTSA members who have helped to make this online event for you all what it is. Our takeaways, our hopeful takeaways for you tonight would be that you are able to hear a little bit from some students, hear some student voice and perspective, and differences from students who have experienced different things in our school. No less rich, but certainly there's something for everyone. Want to be able to give you a little bit of a virtual tour and be able to have you see a little bit of the inside of our school since you can't walk around in it right now, and then hear a little bit of a parent perspective as well. I just want to touch a little bit on what I think makes high school so great and one of the reasons that I love working with high school students as opposed to any other level. I love fostering creative thought and dialogue, and the fact that our high school kids come in with emerging independent thought and self-advocacy and standing up for what's right and finding their voice. That for me is one of the most rewarding parts of working with teenagers compared to other levels. And it's one of the things that I find the most exciting and dynamic about our school. So many powerful and strong voices. In particular, right now, speaking up for what is right and what is just, and ways that we as a school and a greater community need to be looking to take care of all members of our community and the world around us. And so I love being a part of that conversation and of that movement. I also want to just talk about how great it is to get involved in high school. We always talk about how we have so many clubs and experiences and interest groups in high school. Roosevelt is definitely very rich in those opportunities. From the standpoint that there's just about a club for everyone. And if there's not, we encourage you to create one. We have one of the things that's been the most, I think, exciting about during our COVID closure, which has been so hard, is just the fact that so many clubs have continued to meet online. And it reminds me of how important those connections outside of the classroom are. And so we always just encourage students when they're coming in the door to us to really be thinking about what they're interested in or what their passions are or could be outside of their field of study and their curricular work, and just encouraging students to really think about how they can be involved. On the topic of being involved, I just want to say to our parents that we appreciate you so much, and we don't want parents to think that by the time their student arrives at high school that there's any less space for you to be involved. My personal feeling is that high school is the time when we need parents to be involved the most, not just with the school, but with each other. Where are your kids? What are they doing? Making sure that they're being safe and making sound choices and just communicating as much as possible with each other, with your students, and when it's appropriate, certainly with the school. We want to share with you in that same vein to make sure that we're all collaborating in the spirit of academic success and social emotional well-being for sure. So that's really kind of a nutshell, just a greeting from me and certainly a hope that we all get to see each other again in person as soon as humanly possible. I know we're all craving that connection and that opportunity. I know that first time that we're all going to be able to be together again in our gym for a pep assembly with the band or a game or a performance, or the first time we can get together and share lunch in the lunchroom, whatever it may be. It's all those moments are going to be really, really special, and I think have really helped me to really solidify just how important that peer-to-peer connection is that we're all missing. So I'm very hopeful that that happens for us together in the fall, and that it will take place for you at Roosevelt. I want to take a moment to welcome you to our community. If this is the first time that you're experiencing this, and that I hope to see and meet you in person as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Please let us know if you have any questions. We are certainly open to talking about next year's possibilities and any kinds of questions that specifically you may have moving forward. We'll look for that reach out. Enjoy.
Hello, I'm Debbie Chilanpun, your membership chair here at Roosevelt High School PTSA. And yes, even now in high school, we still have a PTSA, and we need you. One thing I love about PTSA is that at our heart, we are an advocacy organization. And this year, we have placed our advocacy focus around racial justice and equity. We have this great new program now that started just this year, run by students, parents, and teachers, the Race and Equity Committee. Their goal is to make Roosevelt an environment where everyone feels welcome, respected, valued, seen, and heard. Also at Roosevelt, we give support to our teachers and staff through our Staff Appreciation Program. It's been a challenging year, and it's been full of change and upheaval, and we want to make sure our teachers and staff know that their work has not gone unnoticed, and we will continue to support them. Of course, our families have also been greatly impacted by this crazy year, which is why we have expanded our Packs for Teens program to include a pantry that is fully stocked with food, necessities, and school items. Families can choose to pick up items or have them delivered to their home. Not only are we focused here at Roosevelt, but we are also have a greater impact at the state level, where we partner with the Washington State PTSA and the National PTSA. And we advocate for all students and families. This is why we need you as members. A portion of the money we collect from your dues dollars is what funds all these great programs. We can't do it without you. And even more needed are members to get involved. So visit our website at www.roosevelthsptsa to learn more and how many ways you can be involved. Thank you.
Rough Riders, my name is Ron Stewart. I am one of the counselors at Roosevelt High School. In our counseling department, we have 5 counselors and 2 academic intervention specialists. The counselors divide up the students by alphabet, so you will have the same counselor for all 4 years of high school. The academic intervention specialists, who are working specifically with struggling students, divide up the school by grade. So each academic intervention specialist, or AIS, has 2 grade levels that they work with. I would suggest going to the Roosevelt website, and you can see on the counseling page of the Roosevelt website, you're going to be able to see who the counselors are and how we divide up the alphabet, so you can see who your counselor will be, and also who the academic intervention specialists are, and also some of the other counseling office staff. You could see how you make appointments, and just there's a lot of other great information you might want to look through on the counseling page of the Roosevelt website. So the 5 counselors, we really focus on 3 domains when we're working with students. We focus on academic, personal and social, and then future planning and career and college readiness. So for the academic piece, it's really everything that you could think of that falls under that umbrella of academics, whether, the type of schedule a student has, what types of classes they might want to take, whether it's AP, college and the high school, honors, running start. Planning their high school career is what we're there to help them do. And that's adjusting their schedule every year, making sure they have enough credits and credits in the right category. All those things with academics, that's what the counselor is going to do in that portion of our jobs as counselors. The personal and social piece, as you can imagine, and as you've probably already experienced in middle school, is very big. There is a lot of stuff going on as these students transition from teenagers to young adults. And we're there to work with them every step of the way. We're there to meet with them and to help them unpack things that might be going on in their lives and help them remove any sort of roadblock that might be in place of them being able to learn. We're not mental health counselors, so our counseling scope is somewhat limited. But if we do see that a student is in need of some serious, maybe more professional help, we will work with that student and their family to make referrals and help them find that place that they need to be to get that extra help. And there's also the Teen Health Center, the THC at Roosevelt, that does offer mental health counseling that we work hand in hand with as well. And then the final piece is future planning, career and college readiness. You know, all the things academically and personal social build towards that. What am I going to do after high school? So we're working with students to see kind of what they're taking now and how that applies to where they want to go. And then we also have them try to think big picture of, you know, where I might want to study at a university. Do I want to go to a university? Do I want to go straight into the world of work? All those things we try to cover with students as they go through high school. And we do that in a number of different ways. We will meet with students one-on-one, so they could make an appointment and come see us. We'll meet with students and their parents and have kind of a group appointment where we can all be talking and everyone's on the same page of planning and academics and future goals. And we'll have small groups that we run that will have different themes that kids can be kind of working in a small group with kids dealing with the same thing and that we can guide them through. And then finally, we'll do large group guidance. And that really looks like classroom guidance. We will go into classes and we will do things like future planning through things like the Naviance program that we use. It's an online portfolio that students kind of every year revisit and gives them kind of that big picture roadmap of where they've been and how that ties to where they want to go and what they might want to study and where that might be. So those are all the things that we do as counselors. And the bottom line that I think I want you to remember from this little message is that we are the advocates at school for your students. That's our job. That's how we see ourselves, as advocates for your students at Roosevelt High School. So if you ever feel like you're not sure who to turn to, don't hesitate. Reach out to us. We will be a good starting point. We might not be that person that you're supposed to be talking to about a certain situation, but if we aren't that person, we will be able to point you in the right direction of who you should be talking to. We have the email reach out, we have phone, and then this year with virtual learning, we've done a lot of teams that I think when we go back to quote normal school, I think you'll still see us doing some Teams meetings with families just because it's convenient with work and not having to come and meet in person at school. So check us out on the Roosevelt website, see who your counselor is, and reach out if you have specific questions about your student. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Colin Seifert, and I'm currently a senior at Roosevelt. I went to Eckstein Middle School, and when I was an 8th grader, I had the choice between going to Roosevelt or going to Ingram. And I didn't really know where to go, probably like a lot of the people watching this video. And after a lot of thinking and talking with my family, I decided to go to Roosevelt. And this turned out to be one of the best decisions of my life. So I am the person I am today because of going to Roosevelt. And I've really met so many great and supportive people, and it's really made all the difference. At Roosevelt, I've been super involved since my freshman year. I've played football, I've played lacrosse, and I've been a captain on the lacrosse team for a few years. And I'm also involved in student government, where I'm actually student body president this year. I think the best thing about Roosevelt, which has really made a profound difference in my life, are the teachers. I don't think there's another high school in Seattle with teachers really as passionate for their students than at Roosevelt. I've had many experiences with this, but really the major one I've seen is with our online school and our online classes, where my teachers are really going above and beyond to make sure I'm learning and just, mentally doing okay. And throughout my 4 years here, like many other students, I've had some struggles, but I've always had a handful of teachers each year that I really trust and that I have great relationships with. And I can always go to them when there is something wrong in my life. And I think that this is something that is very valuable in high school. At Roosevelt, teachers really care about their students, and it really shows each day in my classes. And additionally, I have made many great friends at Roosevelt. And I think whatever you like to do or whatever you have fun doing, I think that there are always people at Roosevelt who like the same. And I think that you can always find your people. So going into Roosevelt, I wouldn't worry about making friends because there are always people here that really like and appreciate the same things as you. So it might take a little bit, but it's really, I think that the environment at Roosevelt is great. And while I won't be here when you guys are, I hope that your next few years in high school are really great. And with that being said, go Riders.
Hey Riders, what's going on? My name is Vladimir Andrel. Some people call me Lad, so I don't care which one. And I am the ASR treasurer. So my overall experience at Roosevelt is I really like the school because it has a good culture. There's a lot of room to find people that share the same experience as you, but you can also challenge your thinking with other people, and that's even outside of the education, just like the student interaction in general, and also the relationship between upperclassmen and lowerclassmen is also pretty good. There's not really a divide between there. You'll find plenty of freshmen, sophomores, pretty close friends with seniors and all. Yeah, so my favorite class I would say would probably be engineering, because there's just such a variety. You start in going into intro to engineering, but you can go into aerospace technology, digital electronics, robotics, any of that stuff. So there's a lot of variety, and I'm personally a fan of the engineering field, so it's a really good choice. One challenge I'd say I had to overcome would be during the start of the pandemic. It was just really rough for me, at least, with the whole transition and being home, most of the time alone, doing your own stuff. It was just hard to transition. But I feel like after the March to June transition phase, it was a lot easier to transition after having a little summer break. So I think that's probably my challenge that I overcame. And how I got involved into this position of leadership. So my freshman year, I would see ASR doing assemblies back when we went to school, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I should, I want to do that. So, the next year I applied, or rather the end of freshman year, I applied to be a sophomore class council. I got in and I just started helping out. So it's pretty much that easy. Just apply, and, later in the following year, you'll most likely get a position because, we don't get too many applicants. So your chances of getting are pretty high, and there are also a variety of choices. So, yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Lauren Guys and I'm a junior at Roosevelt High School. I've been going to Roosevelt since I was a freshman and I have absolutely loved my time at the school. Some of my favorite parts of Roosevelt are that we have lots of really cool sports and club opportunities, as well as awesome electives. We have a great theater program and an awesome band as well. So there's something for everyone. We have some cool electives that we have are ceramics, photography, or marketing and advertising. So there's lots of variety and a little of everything. My personal favorite class that I've taken is ASR, which is like our student government. And it's really cool because anyone can join and you get to plan fun assemblies and spirit weeks and things like that. Some challenges that I've had to overcome was that I came from a smaller middle school. I went to Assumption St. Bridget, and I did not know many people coming into Roosevelt, but I played lots of sports my freshman year and signed up for some clubs, and that allowed me to meet lots of new people and get connected with teachers, coaches, and that stuff. So I would definitely recommend for any incoming freshmen to join as many clubs and activities as you possibly can, because you'll meet tons of awesome people and get connected into Roosevelt. It's super easy to get involved. You can look at the Roosevelt website or the school bulletin, as well as the RHS ASR Instagram, which has lots of cool updates and information about what's going on in the Roosevelt community. But yeah, I've loved my time at Roosevelt, and thank you all for listening.
Hello, my name is Daniel Pack and I'm the Vice President this year. I would say my overall experience at Roosevelt has been pretty great. I don't say this in disregards to the imperfections that are often vocalized by the student body. If anything, the fact that so many students are active in the community to speak out for what's right and to stand in support of their peers is what makes me proud of Roosevelt. To me, it really is the leadership of other students that inspires me to do more. My favorite class has to be ASR. Joining the student body leadership in my junior year put me in a class surrounded by some amazing people. The school president of that year actually inspired me to run for vice presidency for the following school year. With the support of an amazing supervisor, that being Miss Plesha, the class has given me new perspectives while also surrounding me with positivity. That being said, I got involved with the community through the student body. I would say that there is no other better way to get involved and utilize a platform for others than through organizations like ASR, BSU, Asian Culture Club, and so many other fantastic groups. I find that a majority of your experience is what you make of it. I highly encourage you to join groups like these for the sake of yourself, but also your peers. It's a great feeling to be a part of something bigger.
Hey
Riders!
Riders!
We are so excited for you guys to join us next year, and we thought we'd give you a little tour of the school.
All right, let's go.
We're going to start off here at the upper commons, where people eat lunch and hang out with their friends before school, after school, during passing period, and especially at lunch.
All right, so this is your calendar. Here you'll find game schedules and spirit weeks, and it'll be updated every month. All freshmen are required to take health their freshman year, and this is one of our health classes, room 207. This is Mr. Rainwater's classroom, and he's one of the freshman block LA classes.
Here's the engineering classes, which could be your elective as a freshman. And further down the hall from the engineering classes is photography, my personal favorite elective freshman year.
And further down this hall, there's drawing and painting, ceramics, and the Teen Health Center, and the nurse. The nurse is actually located inside the Teen Health Center, and the Teen Health Center and the nurse have lots of benefits. You can look on the Roosevelt website for more. So this is Lower Commons, which is a lot bigger than Upper Commons, and you can eat lunch here, hang out with friends. Basically the same thing as Upper Commons, but Lower Commons.
Off of the lower commons, you can find where you can purchase breakfast or lunch, and the menu is typically posted right here.
This is Coach Sherlock's office, the athletic director, where you can bring anything about athletics to him.
Behind me is the theater.
If you're ever late, come here. It's right off of the lower commons to get your attendance. This is the student store where you can get cool masks like this, sweatshirts, sweatpants, and more. Here's some really good examples of where you can get some rider pride.
Down this hallway, you'll find two of the freshman physics classrooms. Down this way, on the backside of the theater, you'll find the drama and theater departments. And then down this way, you'll find orchestra, band, and choir, as well as many practice rooms.
What's up, riders? This is your language hall where you might find French, Spanish, Latin, ASL, and Japanese, and more.
Behind me is the ASR classroom where you as a freshman can run in the winter to represent your class on freshman class council.
This is the counseling center, and there's lots of different counselors in there, and you'll get one based on your last name.
This is the main entrance here at Roosevelt. Behind you is the entrance to the library, and over here you'll find the main office.
This is our library, which actually used to be our theater. It's really cool. There's lots of computers, and you might come here for some classes.
Behind me, we have the gymnastics, cheer, and dance gym. And if you follow me this way, you have the main gyms. And this is the senior section.
the sophomore student section.
And this is the junior section.
And this is your student section, the freshman section.
We use the gyms at Roosevelt for a lot of things, such as assemblies, basketball games, wrestling matches, volleyball games, and gymnastics.
Come with me to the locker rooms. This is the weight room where you can come to work out during lunch some days and after before school.
Here you'll find the boys' locker room, and if you follow me this way, there's the girls. This is the PE side of the locker room, where you'll be assigned a locker if you take PE or help here at Roosevelt. We walk through here, the showers, into the sports side, where there's larger lockers for if you play a sport here at Roosevelt.
And this is your home field.
Where you can catch sporting events.
And this is our final stop outside.
The portables.
We hope to see you next year.
Go Riders!